Okay. Bape swap. Here's the deal, right? This was sent to me for review, or overview rather, because I am a firm believer that there isn't a yo-yo today released that isn't at least decent. So here's the deal. This yo-yo was sent to me for review by DresselDesigns, and the guy that runs DresselDesigns, Hobby God. He right after the Wish video, he sent me a message on Discord, and he was like, "Hey, I want to send you a yo-yo to review." And I was like, all right, sick. What do you want to send me? And, you know, he was like 50-50. And then his full steel yo-yo, the Assassin, which I will be reviewing sometime next week. The 50-50 isn't out yet. It's not available, but it should be available either the day after this video comes out or within a couple days after this video comes out. So there's that. So there's the disclaimer. This was sent to me for review and overview, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be ruthless. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be truthful. Just to jump straight into things, when I was initially messaged about the 50-50, I wasn't necessarily excited. I'm not a big fan of organic yo-yos. I definitely think that there are more vintage type of yo-yo. You know, they exist to serve the yo-yo boomers who want this sort of classic profile, you know, the organic profile from the ages of old. Yeah, you know, the Peak and old Duncans, you know. Don't see them as very good. I think they're flawed inherently by their design. High walls make them unstable, and generally I find them to be really snaggy. And I use fat string as well, so these sorts of things all in tandem kind of make it so I really don't like organic yo-yos. So needless to say, when Hobby God messaged me and he said, "Hey, I want to send you this yo-yo," I was like, okay, well, we'll see what I think of it. And I wasn't really thinking I would think anything of it at all. I thought it would be the same as most other organics I've messed with. They got those things that appeal to boomer yo-yos, you know, like, I don't know, I just didn't think I'd be that into it. That was until I got it in. The minute I got it in and the minute I got it stringed up and was playing with it, immediately was into it. You know, honeymoon phase. So, you know, I was like, let me give this a week. I'm recording this video a week after this arrived, specifically to avoid honeymoon period. And let me tell you, my opinion of it hasn't really changed. This is an incredible yo-yo. Just nothing else to it. And let me specify, by the way, this is the D-bearing version. There was a C-bearing version of the 50-50 released earlier. I don't know how the C-bearing version plays, but this is the D-bearing 50-50. So, you know, here's the deal, right? You know, this arrives, and I'm like immediately into it. I'm like, ooh, this is good. It's not plagued with instability like other organics are. It's not, you know, dead stable like Japanese. Like, we're not talking like, you know, we're not talking like something with mega rim weight that is impossible to tilt, you know? But it's more stable than other organics I've played with. A lot of small yo-yos, let alone organics, they tend to be one of two things. They tend to be extremely light and just not have spin time, or extremely heavy and basically just feel like a metal ball on the end of the string. Not the 50-50. The 50-50 is a very... It's a balanced playing yo-yo in, like, with how small it is. Compared to other things, though, it's not. And we'll get into that later in the video. Pardon me, I have the Turning Point Hinamosu now, and I have various other yo-yos, and I would pick this every time over them. So take that as you will. That was until it took a tragic ding. No cosmetic damage. It was painful. I was recording Trick Circle with it. I was gonna tag him. I was gonna be like, yeah, I'm really enjoying this, excited to review it, and I was gonna use the footage in this video. But instead, what I ended up doing is I scuffed a slack trick I do, and I executed it wrong, and I sent it flying towards the ground, and now it has terrible vibe. It has like C grade vibe, and it's, you know, it's still usable. I'll still play with it. It's still fun to play with, but it just, for how smooth it was before, it kills me. It was such a smooth, good yo-yo before, and then I dinged it, and now it's... You know when someone says you can see the lights leave someone's eyes when they die? Yeah, you can hear my yo-yo. You can hear my yo-yo die when it gets dinged. And I was so sad. I was thoroughly enjoying this little yo-yo. So that's my honest take. I genuinely believe that this is a good organic, objectively. And this is coming from someone who can't stand organics. So take that as you will. Anyways, I'm gonna go play with it a little bit just to double check, really like reassure myself of how this plays, and I'll get back to you. So this is the section of the video, for anybody that doesn't know, where I compare the yo-yo I'm overviewing with other yo-yos that I have and own. My favorite yo-yo to compare other yo-yos with is the Shutter, because I believe it is the basic yo-yo. I call the Shutter the vanilla yo-yo because most people I know have one, and it is just overall a very average basic yo-yo. It's the jack of all trades, master of none yo-yo. And when you're overviewing and telling other people how other yo-yos play, it is a very good yo-yo to compare with, because it's easy to just say, like, this is average, it's not good at anything, and then from there you just branch off and explain what makes other yo-yos different. The 50/50 is really light. It's not a bad kind of light, though. If you were to put a blindfold on me and just, somehow like have me do tricks, I would tell you that the 50/50 is a full-sized yo-yo. I would tell you that it's just a little bit lighter than the Shutter. And in that respect, the Shutter in play feels a little bit heavier. It's a little bit slower. It's a little bit more relaxed. The 50/50, on the other hand, is a very, very, I don't want to say intense, but it's a very, you push it and it goes type yo-yo. It's not hard to control. It starts fast and it slows down fast. It's easy. The acceleration curve isn't uncontrollable. And there are some yo-yos that I have owned in the past where that's a hard thing to do, where the acceleration curve is difficult. And I think that would be the main differences. The 50/50 isn't unstable. It's a much wider yo-yo, so if you have hopping tricks are a lot easier on the 50/50. And one trick in particular that I like to do, the kind of flow trick, I'll video up right now of that trick. With the 50/50, it's an incredibly fun trick to do, and you'll almost always land the one part of it where you benefit from a wide yo-yo with the 50/50. Honestly, if you had me pick between these two, I would choose the 50/50. The 50/50, it doesn't lack anything that I'd say is extremely important compared to the Shutter. It's more comfortable. It plays faster. It has like the same level of power, I'd say, almost. Let's move on. 50/50 is good. It's a little bit faster than the Shutter, saying about the same amount of power and spin time. Let's compare to my pride and joy, the Borealis 2. The Borealis 2 is a very sensitive yo-yo. If you push it too fast, it will die. It can't handle the speed very well. I'll just be honest. The Borealis 2 is, with speed, it's not great. But in every other respect, it's a wonderful yo-yo. The 50/50 can handle the speed that a Borealis 2 can't. Literally, if you just swing it too hard, like if you're doing even just cold fusion and you do one of the loops around one of your fingers too fast, it will kill the Borealis 2. 50/50 doesn't have that issue, despite how wide it is and despite how small the diameter is. And once again, you can really see just how wide this yo-yo is. The diameter is small enough, it fits in the cup of the Borealis 2. Now, the 50/50 can handle speed so much better despite how much lighter it is, and despite its extreme shape and weight distribution. Borealis is full-sized. It's got that classic, like, semi-organic 8 shape, but I don't know. The 50/50 can just handle speed better. It goes faster. Personally, though, maybe I wouldn't use the 50/50 for the same kind of tech wideness of it kind of gets in the way of certain tricks. There are certain Gormley tricks that I can do that are just more difficult with the 50-50 because it's really wide. I think the comparison's mostly done here. So to kind of summarize the thoughts, the 50-50 is just a fast playing yo-yo. And for how small it is and for how much it weighs, I am shocked. A yo-yo like the 50-50 that's wide, small diameter, and it's not very heavy, it's a light yo-yo. The fact that it can handle speed better than my full-size yo-yos is extremely good. It'll appeal to many people. It'll appeal to new age people like me who grew up playing with the shutter, and it'll also appeal to the boomers who really, they want a D-sized bearing and they want an organic yo-yo, and it's got these spikes for matadors. It'll just appeal to a lot of people. Thank you to Hobby God for sending this to me completely for free. I appreciate you taking a chance on this channel, and I hope this overview review has been something that you, the viewer, has enjoyed, and I hope that you will purchase this yo-yo because of it, because it really is a good yo-yo. Thank you for watching, and see you all next time.